This is a good day because once again we're seeing what's possible with strong American diplomacy. We're united in welcoming home sons and husbands and brothers who in lonely prison cells have endured an absolute nightmare.
And indeed, those Americans are coming home. President Obama, the release of 5 Americans from Iran, 3 of them arriving in Germany at the U.S. military base. Live from Iowa today. There's a lot of reaction on this. Joining me now, New Jersey Governor Christie. And, sir, good morning to you, Governor, and thank you for your time today. Start with Iran now before we move to the campaign. Good morning. What does this do for U.S.-Iranian relations, Governor?
Well, it just shows the American people once again that what I've been saying for the last week is true. This president lives in his own world. He lives in a fantasy land. If he believes that's the product of strong American diplomacy, that he pays ransom again to terrorists, to the largest state sponsor of terrorism, the same people who took our naval sailors and had them on their knees with their hands on their heads, the same people who burn the American flag and chant death to America, they pick this president's pocket day after day after day, and they make a fool of him and a fool of our country. And I'm very grateful that these folks are home. I'm thrilled for their families and their friends who have missed them and been worried about them. And I'm happy they're home. But this president is just encouraging more and more of this conduct going forward, Bill. If every time an American gets taken, he's going to pay a ransom.
Well, you as president, what would you have done?
Well, first off, we wouldn't have a policy, Bill, that would allow this kind of thing to happen. The Iranians wouldn't think that they could steal our lunch money every day, which is what they're doing. And for this president, he has shown this weakness and his inability to be able to project American strength, and we won't have that problem when I'm in the Oval Office on January 20th of 2017.
Let's talk about the issues now on the campaign trail. Marco Rubio is hitting you hard on Sonia Sotomayor. Apparently in New Hampshire, he mentioned it at just about every stop based on the reporting I get. From July of 2009, this is what you said about her candidacy for the court. I support her appointment to the Supreme Court and urge the Senate to keep politics out of the process and confirm her nomination. Qualified appointees should be confirmed and deserve bipartisan support. Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Alito deserve that support based on their work as circuit court judges. So does Judge Sotomayor. As a result, I support her confirmation. This is a historic moment, and her inspiring success story should not only make the Latino community proud, but all Americans. Does Rubio have it right, or what did you mean in 2009?
No, listen, Bill, I wish that you would read the statement we sent you from May when she was nominated, which was, she's not my kind of judge. She wouldn't be my choice for the court. And what I was saying then was, those folks deserve an up or down vote after their confirmation. The same way Alito and Roberts were threatened by Democrats not to get an up or down vote, the elections have consequences, and the president has the right to appoint his justices. But I said very clearly in May that she was not my kind of judge. I would not have appointed her. And so what Senator Rubio is doing is what senators do all the time. They talk and talk and talk and obfuscate and make sure that people don't understand the full context of things because they never have to be held accountable for anything. That's the difference between senators and governors. This is a first-term senator who's still learning where the men's room is in the Senate, let alone figuring out how to lead a country. I agree with what Senator Rubio said himself. He said just 2 weeks ago, senators and congressmen can't solve America's problems. I couldn't agree with him more.
Why then do you say, as a result, I support her confirmation? Why put those words in writing?
I support her getting an up or down vote on her confirmation. And once she showed in the hearings that she had the basic qualifications to be on the court, the president's choices deserve respect, whether that's President Bush, whether it's President Obama, or whether it's President Christie in 2017.
All right, one more topic here, Common Core. Over the weekend, apparently in Iowa, I think it was yesterday, right on Sunday, you called it a good idea that was hijacked by the Obama administration and suggested that you will get rid of it in the state of New Jersey. 3 years ago, you called it one of those areas where you have, quote, agreed more with the president than not, end quote. So, what changed?
We tried it for 4 years in New Jersey, Bill, and it didn't work. Parents didn't like it, teachers didn't like it, and students didn't like it. And so just this past week, the State Board of Education has voted to get rid of Common Core in New Jersey. And so, you know, listen, we tried things in New Jersey. This was being put in by my predecessor, Governor Corzine. I continued it because I wanted to give it a try and see if it would work. It was written by the nation's governors, but then it was hijacked by the Department of Education in Washington and by the president. And as we tried it, it did not work. And so, you know, this is what difference between governors and senators. Governors actually have to be held accountable for things. Governors actually have to implement things. Senator Rubio, the only thing he's really done in the Senate so far is write the amnesty bill with Chuck Schumer, and then as soon as it got too hot, he ran away and hid. That's not leadership, and that's not what we need from a president. I'll tell you the other thing, though. You look at the Democratic debate last night, Bill, and if there's anybody that has any doubt any longer that Hillary Clinton would be a third term of Barack Obama, they should have watched that debate last night. She couldn't have surrounded and endorsed his 8 years any more than she did. And I think what the American people and Republicans need to be really focused on is not Marco Rubio, who says he hates negative campaigns, and then all he does is attack me, attack Jeb Bush, attack John Kasich, attack Ted Cruz. They should look at what we really have to be focused on, which is what I'm focused on, which is beating Hillary Clinton in the fall. And if you saw her last night on that debate, she is going to be a third Barack Obama term, and America should be very, very wary of that. I am, and that's why I'm going to keep my focus on her.
I'm out of time today. We will thank you for your time now. See you in Des Moines in 10 days, Governor. Christie in Iowa this morning. Thank you, sir.